In this video, I'm going to explain how to use Ollama inside Unity3D. The first step is go to Ollama.com and download Ollama based on your operating system. For example, I'm using Windows, so I've downloaded Windows version. After downloading Windows version, install it, and after installation, go to command prompt and check if the Ollama is installed. To check the Ollama versions that you have, you can use Ollama list. So I have two Ollama versions installed. One is 3.1 and the other one is Tiny Llama. So if there's nothing here, it means you don't have any model. And to download and actually to pull a model, you can use Ollama, run, and then put the name of the model you want. For example, I have Tiny model, Tiny Llama, and Llama 3.1. You can run whatever model you want. You can check it here on Ollama website under models. You can see many models here. It depends on you. You can search based on what you want. For example, if you want to have a very compact and fast model, you can go for things like Tiny Llama, or if you want a comprehensive model, you can go for Llama 3.2 or 3.1. And for example, if you go to Llama 3.1 page, you can see the information of the model. There are three versions of Llama 3.1, 8 billion parameter, 70 billion parameter, and so on. And you can see other information of the model here. And this is the Tiny Llama that I've installed already. And this is the actually the command for running and pulling this model. You can copy and paste in your terminal or command prompt, as I did before. And after downloading the package, the model, you can using run Ollama, run, for example, Tiny model. If it's already installed, you can use it. Apparently I'm mistyping something. Ollama, run, Tiny Llama. Okay, when this text send a message appears, it means everything is set. So I can ask a question. For example, where is the capital of US? Alright, so it's working properly. Now the next step is to use this model, I mean Tiny model, Llama 3.1, or whatever model you want to use inside Unity3D. Llama is actually Ollama Sharp is the actually infrastructure that we want to use, and to do so we need to use we need to use Microsoft Extension AI, which is actually abstraction for integrating AI services like OpenAI, like Llama, etc. Into .NET applications. And if you scroll down here, you can see the structure of Microsoft Extensions AI. And then if you proceed with the rest of the page, you can find the Ollama. This is the one that we are looking for. So simply you can use these lines of code to run and use Ollama models inside your application, whether it's on Windows on Visual Studio or it's in Unity3D. But for Visual Studio, it's more simple, because when we need to download and use this package, Microsoft Extension AI, inside Visual Studio. It's relatively easy to do because it's a part of NuGet Package Manager in Visual Studio. But if you want to do this inside Unity, it's the tricky part that I'm going to explain. So inside Unity, we have, let me open Unity. We have a folder which is called plugins with capital P. This is the folder that we can store our DLLs, our libraries, our third parties to be used inside our application. And the third parties we need here are actually those from NuGet Package Manager that I'm going to show you how to actually import those DLLs inside Visual Studio and then from there to the Unity. So open Visual Studio and then create a new project. Create a class library project, which is for Windows and C#, obviously, and then hit next. It doesn't matter what you call your project. Next, and this is the important part. Choose the .NET standard version, which is matched with your Unity3D framework. Go to your Unity project, go to Edit, Project Setting, in Player, go all the way down to, or was it? This is it. API compatibility level, .NET Standard 2.1. This is the default .NET standard for my project, which is probably for your project too. So I have to select .NET Framework 2.1 here inside Visual Studio. Create a project. You have to wait for the project to be loaded. Okay. And inside your Visual Studio project, you need to add Microsoft.extensions.ai. And we usually do this through NuGet Package Manager. Right click on your project and find Manage NuGet Package. And here in Browse tab, you can search for Microsoft Extensions.ai.Ollama. Type Microsoft. This is it, Microsoft.extension.ai.Ollama. You need to make sure that this is for Ollama, because there are other versions for other language models. You need to make sure that this is for Ollama, and make sure that include pre-release is checked, because as you can see, it must be checked. Okay, and then proceed with the installation of Microsoft.extension.ai.Ollama. Yes, we need to confirm, we need to accept the license. Now it's being installed on my project. So the necessary package, the necessary libraries with their dependencies are now installed inside my project. And we can go to terminal. And when the terminal is loaded, type .NET publish. This way you can have all the packages, all the DLLs with their necessary dependencies in one folder, and you can then copy those dependencies and paste inside your Unity project. Okay, right click on your project, go to open folder in File Explorer, bin debug net standard 2.1 publish, and here you go. This is the DLLs that we need to run Ollama inside Unity. Copy all of them, select and copy all of them, and go to your Unity project and paste them inside this folder, which I did before. Make sure the folder is under assets, with the name plugins with a capital P. Make sure all of them are actually checked. Okay, now you can actually proceed with within the Unity to check if your plugins, if your DLLs work or not. As you can see inside this blog post in devblogs.microsoft.com, to use Ollama inside a C# project, you need to use Microsoft.extension.ai using, and with these commands, you can copy and paste them. You can run a model based on your need. So I've created a script called Ollama handler, and I paste those lines of code here with a minor modification. Actually, instead of debug, let me check it here. Instead of console.writeLine, I added a debug log. I added some output text and some input text because I want to have a user interface, a simple user interface, so I can send my request, my text, and then receive the output text inside those UI elements. So the things I changed are just debugs, and instead of a hard-coded text, I have input text, the text here, which is a simple text mesh pro text, and then I replace the response, I replace this console.writeLine response message with this output text. And you can do whatever you want with your code. This is a very simple demonstration of what we can do with Ollama inside Unity. So basically, this code sends an API request to localhost with this port, and then you specify which model you want to use in model ID. For example, you can use Tiny Llama or any other model. I have two models installed, so I have to choose between Tiny Llama or Llama 3.1. And since Tiny Llama is very more compact in comparison to Llama 3.1, it's more compact and therefore it's faster. So I'm going to use this for now. Okay, save your script and go to Unity. As you can see, I have two simple text one of them as input and one of them as output, and I have a button here which is this button. I have assigned my script to my empty game object, game manager, and then I have assigned input text, output text, and in Go button I have assigned Ollama, handler, and run function. Actually, I selected run function from here because it's a public function and you can select it for your button. And basically it runs this async method. Make sure that your function has this async keyword and also task keyword, because we want to run this method asynchronously, and to do so we need to have these two keywords. So let's test it. Hit run, type your message, what is AI? Why not? You can see the model is running, the conversation is running, and when the process is finished we can see in debug, yeah, done. The answer is here in your output. This is not the best output appearance that you can have in your project. It's totally up to you. But yeah, this is how you can run Ollama, an offline large language model, inside Unity, and the possibilities are infinite. So good luck with it.